incarcerated individuals' use of institutional telephones constitutes consent, and your calls may be provided to law enforcement agencies. Thank you for using Securus.
Good evening, folks. It's once again Friday night here with Big Ron back from ice fishing last week. You all remember that? They produced it from the ice, matter of fact. But Big Ron, how you doing this Friday night? Are you glad to be back on the mic?
I'll tell you what, it's always good to be back on the show, Joe. It was a great time last week. I love it every year. It's one of the highlights of my year that I look forward to. It's a great bunch of guys to hang out with. We always have a lot of fun. I didn't catch a damn thing. I'm 2 for 2, 2 years in a row. Didn't catch shit but a cold. So, but yeah, we're good to be back. It's looks like the show's going to be good tonight, Joe.
We do have some good videos tonight, and folks, it's time for the grand jury, the live stream that does a grand jury game show style. For those of you who don't follow, it may be your first time. Each Friday night, we take 5 volunteers from the social media platform X. We ask them to review police use of force videos through the lens of a grand jury. We give them instructions and all. These folks they volunteer a Friday night with us, and they give quite a commitment. We ask them to be in 30 minutes before the show and then a 2-hour show. So let's get to them, and let's meet tonight's grand jury. You know what? I'm going to go to Liberty Shawn. Let's bring Liberty Shawn up first. Let's go back to this format with Liberty Shawn. You got a Big Ron? You want me to do that? There we go. Liberty Shawn. Welcome to the show, my friend, and thank you for volunteering to be a grand juror. Hang on, let's try that. Introduce yourself. I'm sorry, Shawn, I'm having some technical issues here. But introduce yourself, my friend, and thank you for volunteering to be here tonight.
It's all good. Thank you for inviting me. So I am a grassroots political consultant. I am also a professional gun rights activist. So pretty much anything to do with the Second Amendment, I'm there to try to advocate for our behalf, to try to make sure that legislation doesn't get passed that'll screw up our constitutional rights, as well as a firm First Amendment believer and activist as well on that. And I traveled the country doing different political projects and campaigns. So that's a little bit about me.
Thank you, sir. And once again, thank you for volunteering to be on the grand jury tonight. It's you guys that make this all worthwhile, and you're the reason people come here to watch. Let's meet Stacy from X. Stacy also volunteered to be on the grand jury this week. Thank you, Stacy. Introduce yourself. Oop, your mic is muted. Still no audio.
Hey, sorry.
There you go.
Thanks for having me on. My name's Stacy. I'm just here to learn and see what happens and do my best to, yeah. Thank you.
Awesome. We appreciate you volunteering. Let's talk about Glockman. Glockman on X. Glockman comes to some spaces. I've heard him talk. He's got an interesting point of view. But Glockman, tell the people what you can about yourself.
Good evening. Thank you once again for letting me participate in this. Did 20 years Navy as a FMF corpsman. After retirement, I got into the gun retail business, 16 years. And then after that, I wanted to get back to the community. So I worked 4 years for one of the largest school districts in San Antonio. And my focus was assisting special needs children, transportation, and after school care.
Awesome, my friend. Thank you for volunteering. Next, we have AR. AR is on X. He's also a published author. Tell us about yourself, AR.
Sure. Thanks for having me on, Joe. My name is AR Salyer. I do have a book called The Nation State of Texas, How to Secede Without a Tinfoil Hat. It's about secession, not so much. It's more about an exercise of, if we took all the things we do wrong in America, what would that look like if you put it in any state in the union? I live in Texas. Texas is easy when you're talking about secession. Previous to that, I spent 20 years in telecommunications. I used to be a senior manager for a network operations center.
Thank you, sir. And that sounds like a pretty in-depth mission, matter of fact, or as a fact. But thank you for volunteering tonight, spending the time with us. We do appreciate it. Let's go to last but not least, the lovely Regina. I just gave you a stripper's introduction, so put your hands together for Regina. Thank you for volunteering.
Thank you. Hey, y'all. Regina Connell here, founder of West Virginia Wire. I'm Texas born, now residing in the Appalachian Mountains of West Virginia, bringing a little Southern grit to some old fashioned commentary. I host commentary, deep dives, and a little organized chaos every now and again. And we're officially rebranding to West Virginia, whatever. It's some LLC business, because sometimes you just have to say whatever and keep it moving. So, Joe, I definitely want to thank you. I'm totally honored to be on Night Court with you guys. Texas made Joe, the Army trained him, and the law sharpened him. When Joe's in session, opinions get cross-examined and nonsense gets sentenced. Court is in order and the facts better stand at attention. So, you guys, if you're watching from YouTube, X, Rumble, wherever you landed tonight, feed that algorithm like it's a brisket at a Texas cookout. Hit that like button, share it out, and start filling up that comment section, which I see you guys are already doing anyway. Let's make this courtroom loud. Joe, thank you so much for having me.
We love having you, Regina. I tell you what, that may be the first rap that anyone's ever rapped about me. I'm impressed. Thank you very much. And we've already talked to Big Ron, but Big Ron's our court clerk tonight, and he acts as our producer. He's also a retired Navy veteran. Big Ron, properly introduce yourself.
Good evening, everybody. And as I said earlier, it's great to be back. And that's going to be a hard thing to follow. That's better than my intro. I don't know exactly how to follow that up tonight, Joe.
Look, I'm already working up a DM tour about maybe coming in and doing some producing for us. Just saying.
I'm telling you, I think I might have just gotten fired from that one. But as I say in every show, good evening, everybody. It's great to be here. It looks like we've got all the videos loaded. All the jurors are seated. The chat is on fire. And a little bit of a change to my normal intro. Instead of the bourbon is cold, I've actually got a nice glass of scotch tonight. The cigar is lit. I think we're ready to go, Joe.
Well, a little time on the ice there in Minnesota made you fancy. But speaking of Minnesota, let's bring up Jason. Jason, as any good jury, we have expert witnesses, and that's Jason. Jason's a retired 30-year veteran of Minnesota law enforcement. He's also the developer of the 3D Response School Safety System. Jason, tell the folks about yourself.
Just retired last summer. Patrol officer, school resource officer, active shooter instructor, undercover narcotics investigations, mental health team, sergeant, lieutenant, kind of walked the gauntlet in law enforcement. Was actually involved in a shooting myself and went through the whole grand jury back in the late 90s. So very familiar with this process. And I wish you guys luck. I hear Joe's got some tough ones tonight.
Oh, yeah. These could be the toughest set of 5 that we've had yet. But with that, let's get on to it. Let's go over the rules. Okay, first, we're asking you to be a grand jury. A grand jury is a little different than any other jury that you may serve on. A trial jury is what you'll see on television and mostly what's depicted in media. A trial jury is we have a jury of 12. They must be a unanimous decision, and they must be convinced beyond a reasonable doubt. They may not ask questions. It's pretty formal. A grand jury is not like that. A grand jury is held in secret. It's informal. You're able to ask questions. We're able to go back and say, hey, can I see that part of the video again? And you'll see that tonight. They're allowed to do that in real life. They ask questions, and they can review evidence. We ask that all juries, including the grand jury, use the reasonable person standard. We ask that you decide each case tonight using the reasonable person standard to determine if there's probable cause to believe that force use was reasonable or not. It's a real simple question we're asking tonight. Reasonable or not. When a person, whether it's law enforcement or whether it's an individual in the United States, a person may use deadly force when a reasonable person would believe that the actor, the actor in this case is the person defending themselves, when the actor would believes that their life or a third person's life is in danger from death or serious bodily injury. We can't use deadly force for when someone's escaping. You can't use deadly force to subdue someone for a crime because honestly, you're not going to be able to take that person to trial if you use deadly force to get in there. So the only time it can be used, and that doesn't change for police officers, and what we're asking you tonight is the force that you're going to see, is it reasonable or not? We're asking you to be objective and review only the evidence presented today through the video. Don't bring in things that you've seen before, comments, even if you've seen these videos on X or YouTube somewhere with someone's commentary, and then we ask that you don't bring that in. You make the judgment from what you see here. Of course, using a reasonable person standard and being objectively reasonable. We ask that you be convinced of the probable cause level, which is not very high. It literally means more likely than not an act was reasonable or unreasonable. That's it. More likely than not. It's not a high standard either side. The rules of the game, unlike a trial jury, where you have to have a unanimous vote out of 12, we've got 5. We need 3 out of 5. Majority wins the day. A jury may have one of two findings tonight. The force was reasonable or unreasonable. It's that simple. Here's your examples. Reasonable force is a decision. Unreasonable force is a decision. And the 3 out of the 5 votes of that make that happen. Do we have any questions before we get to our first case? Big Ron, case number 1.
We missed an introduction.
Who did I miss? Bruce Wayne. Folks, I've got another producer, and I'm horrible about it because he's not on screen. That's kind of how I work. I kind of work my way around. But we've got Bruce Wayne. You may notice all the comments for you guys that are leaving in the chat. That's Bruce Wayne putting those on screen. When you see our guests get flaky and their connection breaks and they fall out and they're coming up and down like a rabbit, that's Bruce Wayne doing every bit of that. Bruce Wayne does a lot of work behind the scenes, and I don't want to neglect my good friend. He's been with us since the very beginning. But Bruce, I've got you actually on stage. I think I'll leave you there. You won't be able to see him, but you guys can hear him. But Bruce, you want to introduce yourself to the folks out there and let them know what you do down in that hole?
That's quite the introduction, Joe, and I appreciate that. Yep, I'm a button pusher and proud to be a member of the grand jury. Great team here, and really excited for tonight. It's going to be fantastic.
You know, when you folks hear that Joe's an asshole running around on X, you can believe some of it because Bruce Wayne is literally here every week, and I skip over him, and it's weird is I've got a note, and once the show starts, I don't look at them, but I have a note. Don't forget Bruce. So we're gonna have to come up with a format that allows me not to forget him. But you're gonna stay on stage tonight. We can hear you because in case we need a tie or something in a 5-person panel, we'll see. All right, Big Ron. Now let's go to case number 1.
Case number 1 coming up, guys.
I can't hear you. Okay, people are just worried because you're sitting on the edge. Okay. Can we walk off the bridge? That way people don't keep worrying about you?
Because people keep calling. We've had about 3 different people call, thinking that you're going to jump off the bridge.
I know.
Well, people call, so I don't want to keep bugging you. So is there a you could sit on the bridge maybe at the end and just hang out.
I thought we had a compromise. We were going to walk that way.
Listen, if you don't start walking off the bridge, I'm going to have to shut down this road and shut down that road until I know that you're safe. Because right now, you're not safe to me. I got to stop traffic now so we know you're safe. Because you're not making moves, so...
Yeah, if you could block northbound Wells right there at 6th, and then we'll probably let these cars go through, but just to stop that traffic from coming up here.
Issue is we can't have you on this bridge. Nope, you can't do that. Do not go in the roadway. You can't hop this way. And confirming we have Milson out.
Oh, he was the guy that pulled the knife out.
Oh.
When
When
he got
yeah.
like jumped by those dudes.
Yeah.
Hey, so obviously we don't want you getting hit in the middle of the road. What's up? Okay. So we're just nervous about like your safety if you're walking in the middle of the road. There's no sidewalks here. So this isn't a sidewalk, dude. Watch his hands. I've gone out on him before. He has a little pocket knife. Hey, what's up, brother? Can we have you drop your pocket knife? No, why not? You just want to go hands on? Huh? You just want to go hands on? Yeah, we're gonna once we get everybody. Can you drop your pocket knife, brother? I had a pocket knife, bro. I'm about to be on my way. Can you keep your hands out of your pockets? No, hell. Why not? I'm about to be on my way. Walk up behind me, bro. There'll be a bag. Hey, man, listen, you know. Hey, don't put your hands in your pockets. Hands out of your pockets, bud. Get your hands out of your pockets. Hands out of your pockets. Hands out of your pockets, friend. Dude, just relax for a second. Hey, jump. Shots fired. Get your hands out of your pockets, bud. Hey, take your hands out of your pockets, dude. Hey, dude, just relax for a second. Okay. Hey, dude, just relax for a second. Hey. Hey, let's get the chain. Come on. Chest seals. N+1. So find a hole, plug it, shove the gauze in.
Okay, folks, there's your first case of the night. You saw a police officer's response to a disturbed person, suicidal person on a bridge. You saw a picture of the bridge. It's pretty high enough to seriously injure someone or kill them if they jump off. Any portions of this video, well, let me finish that. This progresses from one side of the bridge to the other side of the bridge to where he produces a large chain, swings it at the officers. The officers use deadly force, and he dies as a result, the person who was just mentally disturbed. Any parts of the video we'd like to see again?
Yeah, I didn't catch that very last message that popped up on the screen.
Where it says, during the shooting, one of the discharged rounds struck an officer in the vest. That officer was treated to a local hospital and released.
Okay.
I think it's going to be important to watch like how quick, like how short the time frame is between the first shot and when the chain is pulled out of the pocket to see how quick the reaction on that is. I think that's going to be an important thing for determination.
All right, let's take a look at that.
Getting hit in the middle of the road. So we're just nervous on the road. There's no side. So this isn't a sidewalk, dude. Watch his hands. I've gone out on him before. Can we have you drop your pocket knife? No, why not? You just want to go hands on? Huh? You just want to go hands on? Yeah, we're gonna once we get everybody. Can you drop your pocket knife, brother? I had a pocket knife, bro. I'm about to be on my way. Can you keep your hands out of your pockets? No, hell. Why not? I'm about to be on my way. Hey man, listen. Hey, don't put your hands in your pockets. Get your hands out of your pockets. Hands out of your pockets, friend. Just relax for a second.
Let me see if I can back that up, because I think it's actually happening. Holster or gun in front. We'll say there 401.
Relax for a second.
To about 403. 3 seconds from chain coming out to shot.
Shots fired.
That's
Get your hands out of your pockets, bud. Hey, take your hands out of your pocket.
You good, Sean?
Yeah, I see. Looks to me.
Anyone else? All
I'm
right.
good.
Big Ron, put up a clock. Let's deliberate. All right, folks, you have 10 minutes. You have 10 minutes to deliberate, and then we'll vote. What I want to do is go around and get everyone's initial opinion first, and I'm going to go to, let's go to AR first. AR, what's your initial impression of this?
It's reasonable. It's a reasonable use of force.
That's it?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no. So we've got the officer who's actually gone out on him before. He has a relationship previous with him. He knows that he's armed in that previous instance. He says, drop the knife. The guy says no, and then later says, I don't have one. He's acting sketchy. We've closed off the roads. Whether there's a chain in his hand or not, I would think it would be reasonable force because he's coming at him. It's 3 seconds. 5, maybe 7 yards away. Yeah, no, it's reasonable force because the officer has no idea what's in that guy's hands, what he's going to do.
So I got you. Let's go to Regina. Regina, what do you think? This mentally ill person is, they're there to try to help him and they wind up killing him. You got no issue with that?
So I say it's totally reasonable. And I say that because let's just take the instance, 3 points I'll bring up. He didn't follow instruction. Is that a reason to get shot at? No, it went further than that. He actually came towards the officer in a belligerent manner, like he was going to harm. I wouldn't even consider the previous, the officer knowing that he had a knife. I mean, he obviously pulled out a chain, but even not seeing that, he looked like he was going to full on tackle the officer. He didn't follow instruction by pulling his hands out. And the major thing is that he was putting other people at risk by being in the road, not following instruction. Hey, can you take this somewhere else? So yeah, I think it was completely reasonable.
Okay. Liberty Sean, are you back with us? Do we have audio with you, sir? What do you
back.
think?
I think it's absolutely reasonable use of force because if you look at that chain, that's not a typical pocket chain. Like that is a thick piece of metal. If you went back and looked at it, like that could definitely do a lot of damage to someone's skull. When you look after they shot him, like it was up in the air about to come down on the officer's head. Like that could have cracked open his skull and killed that officer right
So
there.
you think it's reasonable for the officer to believe? You think
Yeah,
You think it's
I think that officer reasonably feared for his life and the safety of his fellow officers in that situation.
All right, very good, very good. Let's go to Stacy. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's reasonable. They were unclear on what kind of weapon he had in his pocket. They thought it was a knife. It ended up being a chain. Like Sean said, it was a pretty thick chain, no less. And you don't know how long that chain really is until it's at full extension. And that could have been close enough to get him and get the officer. And yeah, I think that's reasonable.
Very well. Glock man, give it to us, sir. What do you think?
Yes, sir. Okay, so a couple things I noticed throughout the whole entirety of the video. There's a few times when the cam is obscured or covered. My understanding is that's when they're communicating to dispatch. Is that accurate assumption?
Well, it's hanging on their chest. Anything that they move across their chest will give it some obscurity, but doesn't obscure the audio. But yes, many officers will have a lapel mic that's going to hang near the mic, so when they reach up to key it, their hand may cover their camera for a moment.
Understood. And then my observation showed him make an attempt to bun rush the officer as almost like a test But at this point, I'm leaning towards reasonable.
Right. And remember, folks, the question, the literal question we're asking you to decide, would a reasonable person believe that the officer had a credible fear for his own life or the life of another person? That's literally the only answer that we're asking the jury in this case. So, and I'm not saying none of you guys are steering off of it. It sounds like you're getting there at some point. Let me throw this in there. There was a lot of contact with this guy. He's on a bridge. They shut the traffic down. They kind of own the bridge. They could have taken as much time as they needed to. And 2 points I want to bring up is the officer at the end is talking to his partner there. He's like, you just want to go hands on, almost like he's tired of there. Let's get this over with because I've got donuts to eat somewhere. So you kind of got that. So do we have a deliberate sort of indifference to this person's mental illness? Because he's clearly mentally ill. He's trying to kill himself. He's on a bridge. He's acting crazy. The other thing is that we didn't see any other less lethal method used to try to contain him or to preserve his own life. Not even a taser. Nobody even talked about taser. They just shot the guy. So I'm going to leave those 2 points out there. Does anybody want to come up first and either refute those, or does that weigh on it? Does that strike a chord with anyone on this? Is something to weigh?
No.
I have a comment on that.
I think it's Sean, right? Yeah, go ahead, Sean.
I don't really see a point where they could have used less lethal force because it escalated so quickly from nothing to him standing there to him just being non-compliant.
It was almost 45 minutes they'd had contact with this person from the women.
I don't think they
walked all the way across the bridge. Y'all didn't know this?
I don't think they had
he started on one side.
We didn't know that.
Hang on. He started on one side. You're gonna have to listen to me. He started on one side with the female officers, and then they shut the road down. He walked to the other side. He had already walked all over the whole bridge, and that's where the other male officers encountered him, where he was shot. He was shot on the other end of the bridge.
Yeah, but I think the risk though is he's always very close to the edge of the bridge. He could have jumped off if you tried to tase him or use any less lethal force up until the point where he pulled out the chain. Like, it seems very, very dubious to try to use any force on him.
Okay. AR, you had your hand up. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, they spent that 45 minutes trying to reason with him, right? To get him to a state where, hey, maybe we can take you to a mental health institution, something like that, right? They give him every opportunity to not have this occur. Honestly, to me, this is suicide by cop. He knew what was going to happen as soon as he charged. They already had their guns out. And he went towards the officer that had his gun out. So what did he think the response was going to be? So he knew what he was doing because he charged the one guy that was he was sitting there in Sewell, right? He's ready to go. So yeah, no, this is absolutely reasonable force because he attacked somebody that's already armed. Like, he knew.
He was sitting there. What? Sewell? Is that what you
said?
Sorry.
Sewell.
Sir, don't talk dirty to us, sir. Don't
Sorry,
talk
my
dirty
bad.
to us.
Sorry.
We like it. So before the timer goes out, I'd like to just touch on what you said, Joe, about the 45 minutes and all of that. So yeah, they had time. Could they have tased him during that time? Maybe. I like what AR said and Sean said that, and people in the comment section are saying that, if they would have deployed the taser, this guy was combative. I believe that it was reasonable. I really do. And he was really putting other people's lives in danger. And how long were they going to keep the bridge shut down? And would that have changed his crazy behavior? So I still think it's reasonable. I do.
So in short, my 2 points didn't change your mind at all.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to add, he had said, he's trying to go about his way, but, when you're sitting out on a bridge and you're thinking about jumping off, you kind of have to wonder, and, just carrying around a big ass chain like that, like, this guy's unpredictable. Absolutely. And he had said, it won't be good for you if you, and he flinched at him and then he lunged at him. He had 45 minutes to de-escalate himself, and that wasn't his frame of mind. He wasn't trying to chill out or at all. So yeah.
Stacey just said it. He verbal threat and physical. Go ahead. Yeah.
I tell you what, let's go ahead and let's get to a vote instead of beating this dead horse here. I tell you what, I'm going to go to you first, Glock. Reasonable or unreasonable?
Reasonable, and I'm still concerned about the other officer that got injured.
He's fine. Does that help you? Stacy, reasonable or unreasonable?
Yeah, reasonable.
Liberty Sean, reasonable or unreasonable?
Absolutely reasonable.
Very well. AR, reasonable or unreasonable?
Reasonable beyond all doubt.
High standard there. Regina, reasonable or unreasonable?
We're going to go unanimous with reasonable.
Very good. Big Ron, post a verdict. What is that? That's reasonable force. Case number 1, which is always the easiest. So don't get too wrapped up. Jason, what'd you think about that case?
I was impressed with the officer's reaction time, to be honest with you. That was pretty cool. And the only really negative comments I heard were from you, Joe, about trying to pimp everybody up on tasing somebody. Actually, policy is you can't tase anybody on an elevated position. Taser's off limits.
That makes perfect sense.
I'm curious why.
Sean got us really all tonight. I threw that out there. Then Sean gave the good reason why they teach you in training when you get taser certified that don't shoot anybody from an elevated position or that could fall.
Makes sense.
Sean pulled that out there.
Nice one, Sean. Good job.
My friend. Now, I think in general, the officers did a good job there. They did deploy CIT. They took their time. They were aware, and that's what they were really. They couldn't get him to walk any further. He wouldn't get to where if he jumped over the side, it wasn't a serious fall. Even where he was at, if you looked at the plane or the horizon there, you would have seen the tops of buildings that were still pretty close to the elevation where you're standing. So he's still not where they wanted him to be. So I think in general, that's just the way that turned out. Any more comments you'd like to make about that one, Jason?
No, you have a smart jury tonight, to be honest with you. I agreed with everything they said, except I did not agree with what you said.
Well, we'll see. The first case is always the easiest. Before we go to the next case to Big Ron, let's talk about some range-minded podcast. Folks, if you follow the grand jury, you know that we support small content creators. That's kind of our gig around here. And one of our favorites and one of our longest promoted, has been promoted on this show since the first promotion, and that's the Range Minded Podcast. This guy was nominated for a Gundy for Podcaster of the Year last year. Didn't get it, but that's a strong field that he was in. Just being nominated was substantial for him. He puts out a weekly episode, anything individual freedom, anything gunCraft, and anything to a law. He's your man. You can find him anywhere you get your podcast. Give him a subscribe, give him a follow, whatever's appropriate everywhere that you run into him. Let's see the video on the Range Minded Podcast.
Where are you typing?
Have you ever wondered to yourself, man, what time does the store close? Or where's the best cheeseburger near me? Well, I'm not going to answer those questions. That's what your damn phone is for. Use that. Instead, if you have stuff related, to the 2A world, I'm your man. My name's Steve. I run the Range Minded Podcast. On the podcast, we talk about all things Second Amendment, whether it be new guns or gear. Maybe we talk about some training. We'll dig into Washington and the shenanigans they get up to. Sometimes we talk about the Supreme Court and the crap that they're doing. It's always a good time, a little smorgasbord of the 2A, if you don't mind me using that narrative. Either way, you can find us whether on YouTube or Rumble, Range Minded Podcast. I'm also on all sorts of streaming services, wherever you listen to your podcast, Range Minded Podcast. You can jump on the website, rangemindedpodcast.com. Maybe stop by, buy a patch and some other things. There you can link to the social medias and all that other stuff. Hope to see you there. It's always a good time. Anyways, you guys have fun, stay safe, and always stay range-minded. See you guys soon.
Yeah, folks, that's the Range Minded Podcast. He's probably watching tonight, usually does on a Friday night. Although it's close to Valentine's Day, Mama may have him out like shopping for chocolate hearts. But support the guy. He puts in a ton of effort, and he's not monetized to the point where he's making any money off of it. He doesn't even cover his cost. But buy a sticker, buy a patch for him at the rangemindedpodcast.com. It's his website. But support the guy. You won't find a better content producer out there, in my opinion. Okay, Big Ron. Let's run case number 2. Let's see if Jason still thinks our jury's smart after this case. Go to case number. Where are we at? Go to case number 3. Let me reload that. That's the wrong video, folks. That was last week's.
I'm Assistant Chief Yasser Bashir of the Houston Police Department. On January 11th, at approximately 1:38 a.m., officers initiated a stop on a vehicle for a traffic violation in the 4700 block of Tidwell Road.
Hey, what's going on? How y'all doing? I'm Officer Rubio with the Houston Police Department. The reason for the stop, your front headlight's broken, my man.
I was just gonna stop by right here at the gas station.
Okay.
Because somebody did tell me when I was at the light.
Yeah.
The guy told me, and I was like, yeah, I'm like the closest gas station to aquí.
Okay. All right.
That's what I was just gonna go do right now.
Okay. Where y'all heading to?
Oh, we're just going back home.
Back home? Where's home,
I
man?
just wanted to go see my dead brother.
Okay. Sorry for that, man. You got your driver license on you, bud? An ID or anything like that? You have nothing like that? Okay. Hey, go ahead. Just step out for me real quick, bro. I'm gonna talk to you. Make sure you're clear and everything like that. You're not in trouble or anything like that. Just come on and talk to me back here real quick. All right. Just step over there, brother. You have a picture of your ID or anything like that, bro? A picture on your phone?
I don't have my phone.
Nothing? Okay. Just stand right here, bro. I'm gonna just take down your information. That's cool. What's your last name, bud?
My son.
My son?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a second, man. All right, spell that for me, bro.
A-L-M-A-D-A-N.
A-L-M-A-D-A-N. Z-A-N?
Yeah.
What's your first name, bud?
Sergio.
Sergio? What's your date of birth, bro?
You think about it?
Huh?
You think about it?
Yeah, they like, we just came to see my brother because he completes 3 years of death. So we just came here. That's when my mom let me use the car. Yeah, we don't live that far. That's like somebody at the light. I know this gas station, they usually don't have it.
Almazon, A-L-M-A-Z-O-N, right?
A-L-M-A-Z-A-N.
A-N, okay.
I do have Class C's.
You got Class C's? Okay, bro, I'm not worried about that, man. If you have any big time ones, like Class B's or anything above, then we're gonna have to take that trip, bro. But if you don't, I'm gonna just issue you a warning and you go about your way, bro, all right? Cool. If it's a little bit Class C's, I'm not really worried about that, all right? Cool. You ever been arrested before, though? For what? If you want me asking? Just assault. Okay. How long ago that was? Say it again? Long time ago? Okay. That's your mom in the passenger, sister in the back, or who's that?
We live right here.
No, I'm talking about inside the car.
No, it's my sister.
Your sisters, both of them?
Sister and my cousin.
Oh, sister and your cousin? Okay.
I'm not on drugs,
No, you're good, bro. Nobody said you were. All right, like I said, the reason for the stop, bro, your front headlights is messed up, bro. And you can see that from a mile away, man.
I know that's because I know this gas station doesn't have it, but I know my gas station,
over there,
they have it.
Okay.
So that's why I was driving slowly. So I know when I saw you, I knew y'all were gonna do it. I'm like, because most people do decide to take me in, and it's like, I'm just trying to chill.
Right. Where you stay at right now? Where y'all live at?
I keep not too far from here.
Where's not too far from here?
It's somewhere you go straight from the gas station to that light. Yeah.
On Homestead?
That, yeah.
Before Homestead? Okay.
It's like a little street.
Okay. Your cousin stay with you too or no? Oh, okay. Okay. All right, bro. Man, next time you need to carry an ID with you, bro. Can't be riding around with no ID or no.
But I didn't know because when we left out to the crib, it did work.
No, I'm talking about your ID, your driver license or anything like that.
Yeah, because like my wallet got stolen.
Really?
So my ID's coming in this week.
Alright, man, well listen, bro. When I check your information, it shows you have a warrant. Okay, so we have to verify it first, okay? But I do have to put your handcuffs, put you back in my car, okay? Turn around for me.
Can I give him some?
Yeah. You're not going to jail.
You're not going to jail yet, bro.
Driver's behind your back.
Nah, bro, it's because I know that this is gonna happen.
Just chill, bro.
Get on the fucking ground! Me for anything. Nah.
You're gonna get tased, dude. You're gonna get tased.
Do not fucking reach for anything.
You're gonna get tased.
Hey, yo! Don't fucking move. Don't fucking move. Get on your face. Get on your face. You shot me for no reason. Get on your face, dude. You shot me for no reason. Get on your face. Get on your face. I'm dead. Put your arm behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. He shot me for no reason. Put your arms behind your back. AC-42, can you say you're code 1? I have heart problems. Don't pull me in handcuffs. Put your hand behind your back. I love you, mama. Let my kid know I love him.
AC-42,
I'm going away.
I bet you're being right.
This is about time. No way. All right, man. When I check your information, it shows you have a warrant. Okay, so we have to verify it first. Okay, but I do have to put your handcuffs, put you in the back of my car. Okay, turn around for me.
Can I give them some?
Yeah. Well, you're not going to jail right now.
Jail yet, bro.
Put your arms behind your back.
Nah, bro. Because I know that you don't have it. Just chill, bro.
Get on the fucking back. You're gonna get tased. Do not fucking reach for anything. You're gonna get tased. Hey, no! Drop it! Drop it! I don't have nothing. You shot me for no reason. Don't fucking move. Get on your face. You shot me for no reason. Get on your face. You shot me for no reason. Get on your face, dude. You shot me for no reason. Get on your face. Relax. You got seals? Yeah, right here. Show me put them on.
Where's he hit?
Upper chest, on the front, and then I believe one through on the back.
All right, folks, there's your second case of the night, and though it may say case 3. I loaded episode 35, case 2 in before. We'll see that in a minute. Any questions about this case and any portions of the video that we'd like to see again? I see some heads shaking. Regina, go ahead.
So my first question is, he got shot and he was tased. I mean, I didn't really get a whole lot of clarification in the videos, so I didn't even know he had been shot. I'd seen the tased part. So is it standard that they can use taser and a gun? Were they deployed at the same time?
Yes, both can exist almost simultaneously. The need for less lethal and then the need for lethal. It can change very quickly.
My
So
second
there's no
question.
policy saying, if one's deployed, you can't deploy the other.
Yeah. So my second question, I did hear him say can I give something to, I guess, his mother, and then they told him to drop something. So was there any clear evidence of him having anything? Not that I'm saying that matters, but I say it was reasonable. I'm just gonna say reasonable. I just had those questions.
Well, I'm not asking you if it's reasonable or not. I'm asking you any portion of this video you'd like to see again. So
I
you'd like
don't.
to see the shooting again. Let's go to this part.
Okay.
You're gonna get tased.
Okay, actively resisting arrest, fighting on the ground, first tase. Here's the part that's difficult to see that I think is important. Go back a little bit further, actually. We're looking at this frame. If I can get back to it. Watch the suspect reach up to the officer that's deploying the taser.
Don't fucking move. Don't fucking move. Get on your face. Get on.
And I don't know if that's going to clear it up for you.
It does actually. Thank you.
Do we want to see the second body worn camera of about the same spot?
I think that'd be helpful.
Thought you'd never ask.
your back. Bro, it's because I know this is going to happen. Just chill, bro. Get on the fucking back. You're gonna get tased. Do not fucking reach for anything. You're gonna get tased. What do you do? Drop it, drop it, drop it. Drop it. I don't have nothing. You shot me for no reason. Don't fucking move. Get on your face. You shot me for no reason. Get on your face.
Okay. Any portion of the video? Any questions? Going once.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I want to see the lead up of the the altercation of the first officer. Just one more time.
From the time they tell him he's got a warrant and he's going to jail?
Yes.
No, I'm talking about your ID, your driver license, or anything like that.
Yeah, because like my wallet.
All right, man. Well, listen, bro. When I check your information, it shows you have a warrant. Okay, so we have to verify it first, okay? But I do have to put your handcuffs, put you back in my car, okay? Turn around for me.
Can I give him some?
Yeah. You're not going to jail.
You're not going to jail yet, bro.
Driver's behind your back.
Nah, bro. It's because I know this is going to happen.
Just chill, bro.
Get on the fucking grass. Don't for anything. Nah.
You're gonna get tased, dude. You're gonna get tased.
Do not fucking reach for anything.
You're gonna get tased.
Hey, yo! Drop it, drop it, drop it! Drop it! I don't have nothing! Don't fucking move! Don't fucking move! Get on your...
I think I see him reach for something on the duty belt.
I tell you what, let's go to a clock, Big Ron. All right, Sean. Liberty, Sean. What are you thinking here?
I'm thinking justified. Here are the reasons that I'm saying so. There's a period of time where you see him reach onto the officer's duty belt when he's up there and he has like somewhat of an elevated position, and the officer says, drop it, drop it. So I'm thinking maybe he was reaching for the other officer's gun, or he was reaching for maybe a knife or something that's on the officer's duty belt. There's plenty of different tools that he could reach for that could cause an issue to one of those officers, especially if he grabbed the knife off the duty belt, which I know a gun, on the other hand, will have like a 3-point retention holster. But like if there's a knife or any other weapon that the officer might be carrying, or a utility of some kind, it's not going to have some sort of like a 3-position retention. And he does seem to reach over and grab something off of the officer's duty belt in my point of view. So I think I'm going to err on the side of caution and say justified.
Very good. Stacy, what do you think?
Yeah, he looked intoxicated to me. Also, when you replayed that video the first time, it did appear that he took something out of his back pocket and slipped it into his front. And there was also another clip where it looked like something was in his hand. He lied several times. I don't have something. If he didn't have something, why are the officers telling him to drop it? I couldn't tell what it was. And after being tased, he was still fighting. That just makes me believe even more that he was intoxicated on something. Yeah, I believe it was justified. And to add, during that altercation, the guy ended up getting on top of one of the officers, and a lot can happen when you get the better of one person. So I definitely believe it was justified. Yeah.
Yeah, he's absolutely actively resisting arrest, I would say, with force. Good observation. AR, which way are you sniffing?
There's not a lot of concrete evidence here for me to look at. The videos are not very good for me. I don't know what he's grabbing at. As Sean was saying, we think he might have been doing this, but I don't have concrete evidence that he was grabbing at something. What I'd like to understand is, where is the first officer when the shot is fired? In other words, like in that video, where does that occur? I was just thinking about it now, because in my mind, if I'm thinking about it, the shot is fired after he is already up and the guy's kicking at him because he's being an ass. He's kicking at him, taser's going off. That's when I hear the shot. Is that correct?
Hang on. The officer that shoots him is the officer on the ground.
Right, the second
Officer
officer.
standing has a taser, and he's almost in that same position the whole time. He drive stuns him at the back,
Right.
drives him to the ground.
He stays up.
But he doesn't really move from that position. He stays in that standing position almost.
So my question is, okay, so we're saying that the guy, that the perpetrator here, he actually was going for the officer who's going hands-on with him. So that's the reason why he pulled the piece and shot him. That I don't see that. That's my problem. I don't see that in the video. But because I can't say yes or no, I'd have to go with reasonable because I can't see charging anyone with it. Can't send it to a jury.
And I want to touch on that. This is something that juries are confronted with every day. That juries are convened in listening to evidence. These things aren't filmed on film stage. They're not written by playwrights, so that it's not a complete story sometimes. But it's the difficulty of the jurist. That's why it's a jury duty, not a jury privilege. It's the duty of the jurist, and if we don't do it, the government will do it for us. You guys keep that in mind. To make the call. And that's what you guys are in here to do, is to make the call. In the great state of Texas, even if it's a police officer, anyone who uses deadly force, the only entity that can say that it wasn't deadly force is a grand jury. A grand jury will make the decision. They will determine whether it's justifiable or not. And that's what we're asking you to do here tonight. And it sounds like you actually went the right way. Most people say, I would have to say unreasonable until I found more evidence. And I think actually maybe you went the right way with that. But don't let me taint the jury. I see your point, and let's go to Glock Man. I'm coming to you last, Regina. Go ahead, Glock Man.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with AR to a certain point. I mean, it's difficult, when you look at the video and you see them grappling, close quarters, a lot of touching both sides. Clearly, the taser didn't have the desired effect. As far as having something in his hand, grabbing for something, I'm going to go with the judgment of the officers on scene, and I'm leaning towards reasonable force.
What did you say? That there was a lot of touching, and they were touching somebody? What did you say? Tell me that again.
I was saying there's a lot of contact. After he got tased, grappling, grabbing, resisting. It's not black and white clear as to, the angle of the view. The vision of the camera was very obscure.
My point was your choice of words, Glock Man. Like I said, it sounded like a Meatloaf song.
Why you always digging on me, man?
Because I love you, my friend. Go ahead, Regina. What do you think?
All right, well, I'm just going to out with it. I'm going to say it was reasonable. I know the footage wasn't very clear. I will just say, he was resistant, but what really got me was when his mama said, just let them arrest you. Just let them arrest you. When your own mama's saying, just let them arrest you, and he did kick at the officer. I was amazed that he could still fight the way that he did after being tased. And then after rewatching the footage when the other officer, because I didn't understand, the gun, but it did, he mentioned he wanted to give something to his mother. Apparently he may or may not have had something, but, was it reasonable for the time? Yeah, I absolutely think it was. I think it was reasonable. I'm glad he survived, though. I hope he learned from that.
I'm sure he did. By the way, they still arrested him. He was charged with aggravated assault on a peace officer and a few other things. So he got a bullet wound and got to go to jail. It's unfortunate for the man. Let's, I tell you what, I'm not seeing a lot of holes in this. So let's go to a vote. Liberty Sean, reasonable or unreasonable?
Reasonable.
Stacy, reasonable or unreasonable?
Reasonable.
Regina, reasonable or unreasonable?
Reasonable.
AR, reasonable or unreasonable?
Reasonable by default.
I don't know if I can take a verdict with an asterisk. So you're going reasonable for sure?
Reasonable for sure.
At probable cause level. Is that what you're saying? Maybe that's your asterisk.
Correct. There's not enough probable cause from what I see to refute what the officer is saying. And I just can't justify putting somebody's life through that based on what I see. So I'm going to have to trust that there was something going on as he's grappling with this guy, that he felt the need to protect himself.
Very well, my friend. Glock Man, reasonable or unreasonable?
Very touchy-feely, reasonable force.
Very Meatloaf-like, reasonable force is what I heard from Glock. Okay, let's put up a verdict there, my friend. Big Ron. That's two, reasonable force. All right, before we go to the next one, I do want to do another promo. This, folks, you guys on X, I know if you haven't heard of Drax and Kay Daly, then you should actually look them up. These two are two dynamos on X. Now, Drax does the Drax's Pit with Roden, Kay Daly. There's a few that come on. I go to Drax's Pit on Saturday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern. You will be shocked who you will find there. And then he also co-hosts with or produces Kay Daly's 3 times a week show at 6 p.m. Eastern. Anything politics, she knows how the sausage is made. And once again, you'll be shocked who you'll see stopping on those shows as well. But let's run those two promos back together. Drax's Pit and Kay Daly's Fix, 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern for Kay Daly, and Drax just Saturday night. 9 p.m. Eastern. 9 p.m. Eastern. That's right. Run it.
As liberals go crazy and throw their fits, come on down to Drax's Pit. Yeah, it's Drax's Pit.
Folks, you're not catching one of those shows, one of those 3 times a week, or Drax's Pit on Saturdays on X. You're missing out on like value entertainment. Drax is one of the funniest guys on X, and Kay's not only funny, but she damn sure knows how things are going on in Washington. You'll get some real inside views there. So we like that. I want to go back this time. I want to go back to case number 2. You see it there? It's going to be in the back of the line there, Big Ron.
Yep, you're ready.
Yeah, let's run with case number 2.
Let's do it.
Is it $4.95? Dial 4 Foothill. 044. Hello.
Hey, how you doing today, man?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
I'm blessed. Thank you for asking.
Thank you, sir. Do you have your insurance and registration with you? Where are you coming from, my man?
The hospital. I just left my girl and her mother and grandmother there.
Okay. From Sutter or Kaiser?
Yes, sir.
From where?
Kaiser.
Kaiser. Okay.
That's Kaiser right down the street.
Yeah. Where you headed to now, man?
I'm going home back to Tracy, champ.
Back to Tracy?
Yes, sir.
You got insurance, man?
Yes, sir. I do. I don't have the card with me though. But
You got like a picture of it on your phone or something like that?
No, I do not.
You don't? Okay. And you say you live in Tracy?
I stay. My registered address is in Stockton, but I stay in Tracy with my fiance.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You on a probation, parole?
Not at all.
Nothing like that?
Not at all.
Any alcohol tonight, man?
No, sir.
No? Okay.
Nothing.
So the reason I stopped you, you're kind of swerving.
Yeah, because I didn't know who was behind me. It was just
Okay.
blacked out, so I'm like, who the hell is following me like that?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All
I'm
right.
very paranoid like that.
Fair enough. All right, man. Take your registration. Hang on to that for me.
Thank you.
I'll be right back. Just stay in the car, okay?
Yes, sir. I haven't broken any laws. So
Okay.
I'm not smoking marijuana. I'm not under
Okay.
the influence.
I also want to make sure that you're okay to drive, right? Because you were swerving. I just want to make sure you haven't smoked any marijuana or anything like that
I
before
have
you were
not.
driving. Okay. I want to make sure of that though.
Okay, I will step out, but I'm not going to allow you guys to search my vehicle. You can
Okay.
take the marijuana. I haven't done anything to
Okay. All right.
have y'all search my vehicle.
I'm gonna have you hop out real quick. Okay. Go ahead and hop out. Just when you hop out, man, face your car and put your hands on the back of your head for me, okay? I'm just gonna pat you down for weapons. I'm gonna pat you down for weapons. That's how I get everybody out of the car. It's just safer that way, rather than you digging around with your hands and stuff.
I'm not digging around with nothing.
I'm not saying you are.
I'm not doing nothing.
I'm not saying you are. That's just how I get everybody out of the car. It's safer for me and my partners, right? And it's safer for you, right? All right, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Trust me. Just face your car.
Yes, sir.
Interlace your fingers on the back of your head for me.
Yes, sir.
There you go. And then I'm gonna have you walk back to the trunk for me, okay?
Just slide over this way.
Yeah, just slide this way.
so
That's
you're
all.
not in the doorway?
That's all. Keep going a little bit. Keep going a little bit. Perfect, man. Widen your stance a little bit for me. You're a little taller than me. Appreciate it.
There's nothing on me at all.
All right, man. So you're just trying to go to Tracy, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll get you out of here, man. I'll get you out of here. Trust me, I'm not trying to harass people. I'm not trying to go through your shit. Nothing like that, man. Okay? That's not what I'm in the business of. Okay? Okay. Just relax. I have a seat in my car right there. Okay? Or on my car right there, just where the lights are on at. Okay.
I'll stand with her.
You said just the jar, right?
Just the jar.
Okay. Let me see that. Turn around. Z4!
Get away
Foot pursuit! Grab him! Get on the ground!
Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Get on! Get your taser! Get your taser! No! Z4, shots fired! Shots fired! Get on the fucking ground! Get on the ground!
Z5 cover, closely covered. Z5 press recover, Mount Forest, but hell, I'll use 533. Let's go.
4 touch it.
Z2 map. One round. Lock to the car!
What's up? Fucking A. Z4, Z5 cover, clutch recover. Get on the ground, get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Grab him, get on the ground!
Stop it! Get on the ground! Clutch recover, clutch recover. Get on the ground. Get your taser out! Get on the ground!
I'm laser. I'm not laser. No! Get up!
Stay aligned.
Here, tuck in tighter to L trim a little bit. There we go. Doing good. Doing good.
Do not move!
One command, one command.
You got shield him, shield him, shield him, shield him. Okay. Here's what I need done right now.
There you go, folks. Your third case, traffic stop, suspicious DUI driver. Through the process of the stop, we saw what happened. The smell of marijuana, subsequent search of the vehicle. They find a firearm that he didn't hold or display necessarily, but they find a firearm under the seat. To go to arrest him, he resisted and wound up back at the passenger's or driver's side of the vehicle. Any portion of this video we'd like to see again? Nobody wants to see this one again? All right, Big Ron, put up the clock. Okay, I'm going to you first, Regina. What do you think?
Well, thankfully, the end of the video pretty much answered my question. I was wondering what he was going for. All the angles answered every question that I had, and the size of that gun, as far as their probable cause, he did consent to let them take whatever marijuana jar out of the car. So, do you want me to tell you what I think, or just hold off on that?
I'm just on reasonable or not reasonable. Where you leaning? That's what I'm
Reasonable.
Okay. Glockman, what do you think?
Yeah, seemed like they were a little sloppy. I mean, once they discovered the firearm, I would have secured that immediately. They left it in the vehicle. Then they played the runaround game. Then, of course, he made it back to the vehicle, and then deadly force had to be used. So reasonable force I'm leaning towards, but I just think it was sloppy work.
Okay. AR, what do you think?
I echo Glockman's sentiment. There were a lot of opportunities for him to not be dead. That really is on the officers. But when it comes down to it, as soon as he goes for that car, where the gun is, everything past that is absolutely reasonable.
Very well. Sean, your assessment, sir.
I think this is as clear as day. When they shoot him, the gun falls onto the ground. He had it in his hands. He had been fighting them with pretty significant force as a big guy. I mean, it's not very ambiguous to me. It seems justified all day, every day.
Okay. Stacy.
Yeah, I think because he got away, he could have ran away. He could have just kept running, but he made it a point to try and get back to that car to get to that gun, and that's exactly what he did. Yeah, I think that's justified.
Okay. So, Glock, you mentioned sloppy police work, and AR, you second that motion. Do you think the officers had any responsibility here to preserve himself when even he didn't have life preservation skills?
Okay, is that to me or AR?
Let's go to you.
Yeah, as soon as the firearm was discovered, it should have been rendered inert. Take the mag out, empty it, secure it in the officer's vehicle, and then proceed to arrest that man.
Yeah, they've got 4 officers on the scene.
That's not my question as to where they went wrong. I'm saying, do they have a responsibility? Was their negligence the cause of this man's death?
Negligence.
Sorry, go, Glock, go.
Yeah, I apologize. Negligence, no. I'm just going to say procedurally, sequence of events could have been done better.
Okay. AR?
Ultimately, his decision to go back for the pistol because he knew where it was, that takes the onus off of them. But Glock's right. This was not done correctly. There was an opportunity for that guy not to die that night. But ultimately, it was his decision, A, to be smoking weed while he's driving, and B, to go for the gun. As soon as he does that, yeah, it's not good, but they're relieved of any wrongdoing.
All right. Sean, anything has changed your mind? You're still pretty solid where you're at with a reasonable force decision?
Yeah, no, man had a gun in his hands. Officer shot the man with a gun in his hand. Seems pretty clear.
Okay. Regina, any change on your position?
None. I can't disagree with what the rest of the jurors are saying regarding, why did they leave it in the car like that? Like, I just don't get that, but it doesn't change anything. I think it was completely reasonable.
Very well. Stacy, what do you think?
Yeah, I have to agree with the rest of the jurors. It was pretty sloppy work. But yeah, he knew the guy knew that the gun was in there, and he made a point to make his way back to it. And yeah, I still think it was justified.
Okay, I see no reason to go any further. Let's do a vote. Going to you first, Regina. Reasonable or no unreasonable?
I guess I'm sticking with R's for Regina. It's reasonable in my opinion.
Very well. AR, reasonable or not?
Reasonable. No asterisks.
There's 2. Liberty Sean, reasonable or unreasonable?
Reasonable.
Very well. Stacy, reasonable or unreasonable?
Reasonable.
Glockman, your vote, reasonable or unreasonable?
Reasonable.
All right, Big Ron, let's put up the decision there. That's another reasonable force decision by the jury tonight. Jason, what do you think about this one?
It was reasonable. I'm going to disagree with the jury a little bit here. Is the threat the gun or the guy?
What?
Both.
Yeah, he's asking a question there for you guys.
I say both.
Both.
Well, the guy can't get the gun. I think I thought the officers did a good job. Where they dropped the ball was once you found that weapon, that guy needs to be proned out and on the ground. And they should have stepped up the use of force continuum right there because there's deadly force in that car. I would always go after the person who can use the weapon and put them in custody first rather than walk the weapon by. Imagine if he pulled that gun out and walked by that officer. The gig's up there. I would have turned around, put him at gunpoint with lethal and less lethal, prone him out, get him on the ground, but you're not getting to that car because what's in that car is going to kill me. So I think that's where they dropped the ball a little bit once they saw the weapon. But the gun's not going to kill him in that car. That guy getting to the gun is going to kill him. So that's where I disagree a little bit, that the priority was not, in my opinion, the weapon. My priority would be getting that guy secured in the backseat of a squad car and handle that with the amount of force needed to do so.
Yeah, and this is one of the cases I would say I would have liked to have seen at least a taser attempted. This is great taser work right here. As soon as he starts going stiff and pushing away, start zapping him. I think he could have done something. I see you, Regina. Calm down. Your house is going to burn down.
So excited, I'll forget my question.
Go ahead.
So I wanted to piggyback. Was it Sean that was saying, as far as the gun and all of that? So, dang, I probably already forgot. My question would be, it doesn't matter because I think I just forgot. But I'm so sorry, Joe. I forgot my question. So it doesn't matter. But my opinion is that, did they have a chance? Did they have probable cause to, put him in handcuffs and, what do they call it? Just we're detaining you right now when they found the gun. I don't think any of that it doesn't matter to me whether they did a sloppy job, a good job. Could they have done a better job? Yes, I think it could have been done a little better. But, did they have probable cause to cuff him before they found the gun? And when they found the gun, isn't that when they were like, oh, wait a minute, and they did try to detain him? So I'm not sure if it was all that sloppy.
Technically, they could have put him in handcuffs when they took him out of the car before they searched the car. So, hey, for my safety and your safety, I'm just going to put these handcuffs on you. You're obviously free not to leave. Yeah, you're not free to leave. So we're going to do this. I'll take them off. Let me get this car searched. They could have done that. There's a lot of things they could have done. But in reality, in lethal, in use of force situations, how much duty do we really want to assign to the person defending their life? Well, you didn't do that right. You know what I mean?
Agreed. Completely agreed.
Yeah, I just wanted to add real quick though too. Like I think he was a danger to the officers just in general because he was significantly bigger than because there was like two female officers that are about half his size. Like gun or not, he could have seriously injured one of those officers just by being combative. But Jason brought up a really good point. Like and Joe, you made a really good point too. Like I would have put him in handcuffs the second I pulled him out of the car. Like he already mentioned that he had weed in his car, and obviously it was in California, so the laws are a little bit different. But that's driving intoxicated. At least that's reasonable doubt, or not reasonable doubt. I'm not sure if I'm using the right term there, but
reasonable suspicion for sure. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Like I would have definitely had detained him the second I got him out of the car. But I still think it's reasonable.
Stacy brings up a good point. And let's say Stacy was an officer and she's supposed to arrest AR. Stacy's use of force continuum is a lot lower than a guy AR size. So when you have a smaller statured officer, they can go to deadly force a lot quicker than people with the same physical size. Because that's a good point you bring up with the female
Stature,
officers on there.
Stature makes a difference.
100% it does.
Yeah, remember this AR. If you're arrested by a female officer, she's gonna go from verbal commands to taser. There's not gonna be open hand technique.
Right. There's no combatives there. But my thing is, as Joe was saying, he's running around and it looks like for about a good 5 or 6 seconds. We've already patted him down. We know he doesn't have anything on him. His shirt's off. At this point in time, he's posing a physical danger. Where are the tasers? Whereas we still have 4 officers who are trained to take someone down. Well, they may not be his size. There's 4 of them. So, like I said, I think there was an opportunity, and granted, I'm playing Monday morning quarterback, but there was an opportunity there to keep him from getting into the car. Jason's right. Yeah, okay, maybe he doesn't clear the AR-15, but he comes out, and that gun comes out of the holster immediately, lights on, get him on the ground, give him cuffs. That way he's actually protecting the gun from the guy. That's Jason's whole point, right? But he didn't do that. He launched at him, went at him, and then we'll see what happens. So, yeah, I still think there were opportunities there for that to not end with somebody dying, but as soon as he goes for the car, he knows the gun's there. Yeah, reasonable.
Well, and this is something we'll talk about in the after party. We don't want to do it in the stream and burn the time, but it's something that Jason and I have observed in law enforcement in general over the last 2 years of a hesitancy to use force. When there are times where if you use force early, that's all the force you'll have to use. But we need to get on to the next case. I'll tell you what, we're lagging a little bit tonight on viewers. Regina, what should people who are viewing this stream do right now? What should they do?
So right now, if you are viewing on the X platform, formerly known as Twitter, you guys go ahead and hit that retweet. If you haven't liked this yet, go ahead and do that too. If you're on YouTube, you guys hit that like, beat the algorithm by commenting and share it out. Make sure you tag some people as well. If you're viewing on Rumble, you guys already know what to do. Share it out, repost it, and you can even share it on various platforms. So that's what you do right now. And we thank you for it. It helps keep the lights on.
We appreciate you. Post and repost, please. Let's get
Hey, question
And
for
quote
Jason.
post. Sorry.
Go ahead with your question for Jason.
Yeah, so Jason, if you were on that scene, would you have cleared that weapon when you saw it?
Yeah, I probably would have dropped the mag and cleared the chamber and then taken him into custody. I would have
Thank
left
you.
the gun in the car, though.
Thank you.
I think that's reasonable. I don't know. In this case, we're not going to go back and watch the video. It seems like the officer on the driver's side may have left that to the passenger side driver to do, and then when all hell broke out, the passenger side driver dropped the weapon and got into the fight. But not sure. But yeah, no, absolutely, making that weapon safe. There's a few things that could have been done that could have saved this guy's life, but the first thing that could have been done was his compliance.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that weapon is illegal in California.
Well, it's all weapons are illegal in California, the way I understand. They start out illegal. You have to go to court and prove that they are.
I think BB guns are illegal in California.
And airsoft.
Airsoft maybe, but I'm not sure about the other.
I don't think it matters if it's illegal in California. He has drugs and a gun at the same time. That's illegal everywhere.
Can I say something real quick?
Sure.
So Range Minded Podcast just brought up a great idea. He said he's going to make bingo cards for the grand jury, and I love that idea. Anyway, I just had to throw that in there.
As far as it being legal or not, it doesn't matter. The way he was transporting it in California, that's illegal. So whether it's legal or not, that it would have been illegal for him to transport it.
Yeah, definitely illegal.
So that's
to
a
shoot up
charge.
and level it at police officers. That 100% is legal in all 50 states, without a doubt. But with that, what'd you say about Range Minded there?
Range Minded said he's going to make bingo cards for the grand jury podcast. I love that idea. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, the Range Minded is the guy who smoked spam on the Smoke Show. So keep that in mind on his great ideas.
You don't know the magic of spam, man.
All jokes aside, he wasn't the only one. He did it and said it was pretty good. Other folks did it, and they're like, "Yeah, it wasn't bad." Smoked spam is not a bad dish if you want to do that.
It's not going to beat my cheesecake.
Now, the cheesecake was good, but that's a whole nother show. Let's go to case number 4.
Dallas 911, do you need police, fire, or EMS?
I need police. Please hurry.
Okay, what's going on?
I'm at the in Dallas. I very much feel like doing harm to myself. Please hurry.
Okay, what's your name, sir?
James Thomas. I have a knife. Please hurry up.
Dallas Police, we're here to help you, bud. Let us help you out. You're not in trouble, we're just gonna help you out, okay? Hey, bud, you're just... You called? You need help?
Yeah, you better pull out your fucking gun. I'm not
No,
joking.
no,
dude.
come out with your hands up.
No.
Hey.
Put the stun gun away. Put the fucking stun gun away.
Hey, who else is in there with you?
Put the stun gun away. I'm not joking.
Hey, who else is in there with you, bud?
Put the stun gun away.
Okay.
I'm telling you right now, put it away. Put it away. Put it away. Tell him to put it away too. I see him on the left. Tell him to put it away.
Drop the knife.
No, listen.
Drop it.
Listen. Tell him, put it away. I see it on the left. Tell him to put it away.
Okay.
Tell him to put it away.
Put it away. It's not.
Hey, somebody get the pepper ball. Pepper ball?
Don't pull out that fucking stun gun, man. I'm telling you, don't pull out that stun. I don't want to fucking stab myself. I want to get shot.
Alright, let's
Do not pull out that stun gun.
Let's just have a conversation.
No.
We're here to
No.
help you, my God.
What's your name?
Somebody's in there. Somebody's in there.
Drop the knife! I'm telling you right now, put it away! Put it away! Put it away! Tell him to put it away too. I see him on the left. Tell him to put it away. No, listen! Tell him, put it away. I see it on the left. Tell him to put it away. Tell him to put it away.
Put it away. It's gone.
Don't pull out that fucking stun gun, man. I'm telling you, don't pull out that stun. I don't want to fucking stab myself. I want to get shot.
Alright, let's
Do not pull out that stun gun.
Let's just have a conversation.
No.
We're here to help you, big dog.
What's your name?
Yeah, kick it.
Sandy wants to get shot by officers. Do we have a supervisor coming?
What's your name?
Kick that fucking. Get in there, get in! Shot fired! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Sit down! Down is easy! Hey, you're fired! Starving DFR!
Fuck that horse, I'm a DFR. Alright, where's he shot?
Where you shot at?
Where you shot, bro?
Where you shot at, brother? Where you shot at?
Where you shot at?
Right in his chest.
I'm definitely going to need to see some footage again.
I think if we just watch that first video again, you'll see the dude try to stab the officer very clearly.
There you go, folks. There is your fourth video for the night, or fourth case of the night. Any questions that you have, any portions of the video you'd like to see again?
I would like to see the video of the first officer going in through the door. I would like to see that officer right there watching him go in as well. He says, kick it in. The guy kicks it and he goes in. I'd like to see that just kind of in slow motion.
What's your name?
Somebody's in there. Somebody's in there.
Jump in it! I'm telling you right now, put it jump in it!
And you wanted to see which vantage point this officer that we're watching.
This one here. Yeah, actually that first one now answered my question. I'm good to go. I'm good.
Yeah, can we see that first officer's body cam one more time? Sorry.
What's your name? Somebody's in there. Somebody's in there.
Jump in it! I'm telling you right now, put it away! Put it away! Put it away!
And just for your information, that freeze frame there was done by Dallas PD. They didn't release. I think that got pretty graphic, and they decided not to release that portion of it.
Can you pause where there was a knife? I just need to see it. Okay.
Let me get back to it. I'll pause it for you.
Yeah, I saw it.
He flashes it. It's more like a box cutter.
Yep, I see it clearly. Yep. Damn.
All right, Big
It's
Ron.
enough. It's enough.
There we go. All right, I'm going to you first, Stacy. What's your initial impression on this?
I feel like there could have been more because he was obviously kind of in a state. He said put the taser away, but he was fine with the guns being out. He mentioned sorry, I got a little distracted. He clearly wanted to get hurt. He was asking for that, but I'm kind of on the side of reasonable, because they did go after the officers, and yeah, I think that was reasonable. And there was somebody else in there that could have been injured as well. So that's a big one. There wasn't a whole lot in an effort to de-escalate, but that did go real fast. So.
Okay. Glockman, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say, due to the proximity of the 911 caller stated what he stated. I believe he actually used the exact words, "I want to get shot." And then when the door was breached, he was, from my estimation, less than 2 feet away with the weapon already at the ready, coming at the officer.
Okay. I think you're leaning towards the reasonable. Regina.
Yeah, I was really a lot of confusion at the beginning, but the more of the playback and what I saw, I think as soon as they heard the other person in the apartment, they had to worry for that person's safety or think about their safety. And then clearly the weapon was shown, and he did clearly say, "I want to be shot. I don't want to be tased." I mean, there was.
The officers didn't know there was another person in there. First, number one, and two, that other person never called the police and said, "I'm worried for my life."
So let me rephrase. So they were aware there was another person. As soon as they heard the other person, we heard what the officers heard. So I wasn't even talking about before that. So, I mean, that had to be some sort of factor. And then everything happened so fast. So I think it was reasonable. Totally.
I mean, my point is it reasonable to think that if the person was inside, the person would have come to the police or said, "Hey, I'm scared"? But if the person inside wasn't afraid of this guy because they knew,
You would think, but that person could have been a threat also, and they didn't know what was in there. The guy openly said he had a weapon, a knife, and then when the door was open, you could clearly see it. So whether that person would have been in danger or could have been another factor to put the officers in danger, I still believe it was reasonable.
okay. Sean, your opinion, sir.
Yeah, I saw him try to stab that officer, so it seems justified to me. Everything else, I think, is just a secondary factor that doesn't really, I think, have an impact on the decision whether the force was justified or not.
Okay, AR.
The reason why I asked you to replay that piece is because I couldn't understand how they were justifying trying to enter the apartment. Because we heard him say, "This is your fault, this is your fault, this is your fault." I don't know if he's just crazy and trying to get killed, but when we replayed it, I heard the officer go, "There's somebody else in there." Now, whether there's somebody else in there or not, they believe that there are. So that's exigent circumstances, and that's probable cause. They have a right to go in there and find out what's going on if they believe somebody else's life is in danger. As soon as they do that, he comes to the door with knife. Now he's dead, and all that is completely reasonable.
So what about Kay Daly brings up a point with like social workers and people who are trained in mental health crisis times. I mean, why didn't they just wait for somebody there to come there and talk to him and give him a teddy bear and things would be better, right? Why not? Is that not a solution?
Well, in this case, it's because they believe there was somebody else in there who was also going to be in potential harm. So it wasn't just him. As long as it was just him, they were fine with him opening the door, closing the door, putting the tasers away, complying with whatever they needed to do to keep him breathing. And as soon as they thought that there was somebody else in that apartment, that's when you're the one officer kicking in, and the other guy goes in, and he comes at him with a knife, and now we have a reasonable, justified shooting.
Fair enough. Liberty, Sean, give it to us, sir.
I mean, I think, like I said, everything else seems secondary. The fact that he comes to the door, opens it, has a knife. You can see him clearly in the videos try to lunge at the officer. And regardless of exigent circumstance or not, like that there is justified deadly force. Not even knowing that there's someone else in there, just him calling, saying that he was going to hurt himself as exigent circumstance in itself to enter the house because of his well-being, though he chose to suicide by cop. Everything else, I think, is just secondary.
Very well. Glock, I went to you first, didn't I? Or have you not commented on this? You with us, Glock? Glock going once?
Yep. Reasonable force.
All right, let's vote. I'm coming to you first, Regina. Reasonable or unreasonable?
I'm going with reasonable.
Very good. Liberty for Sean. Reasonable or unreasonable?
Reasonable.
AR. Reasonable or unreasonable?
I'm going to say reasonable, but I do just want to kind of conflict something that Sean is saying. If they went in there, they didn't have a right to go in there, and they created that problem for themselves, that's a different issue. So it absolutely matters as to why they went in that door. But they had absolute cause to go in there, so it's reasonable.
You know what? I don't think Sean's wrong. Even they could break door to preserve the life of someone who's suicidal. Now, whether that's tactically wise at the time or not, I don't think they knew at the time. I think they were still assessing that I think you're right. When they come up with the second portion of that somebody else is inside, that changes the equation. But I don't think Sean's wrong. I think that it's absolutely an exigent circumstance to break the door and make entry with even a person's threatening to kill their own selves. Now, whether that's a tactical wise to do or not varies from situation to situation.
And at that point in time, you're forcing his hand. That's what I'm saying. You're like, hey, I'm going to come in here to save you by killing you. That's the way it reads to me. If you know this guy's unstable, you know he's got a knife.
Legally, you can make the exigent circumstance argument there. Legally, you could to break the door just to go in to save one person's life. Now, whether that be strategically wise or not is a different story. And I don't know that these officers had that answer until they believed that somebody else was inside. They were still trying to figure out should they go in the door or not.
I think they were doing everything right. I think they did everything right, actually. As soon as they felt there was a second person in there, boom, they go in. Until then, they were absolutely holding pattern, let this guy get it out of the system, and they were doing all the cool things. Like they did this right in every step of the way based on the information they have.
Fair enough. I forgot where we're at on vote. Stacy, Truebill, reasonable or not reasonable?
I think it's reasonable.
Very well. Sean, if you've done this vote or not, just vote again like it's the first time. Reasonable or unreasonable?
Super reasonable.
Super reasonable. We have super votes like Democrats. Let's go. Well, what happened here? There we go. Reasonable force. Did Glock vote?
No.
It was.
No, you talked to me before the vote, but I'm going to go with
reasonable
force.
Reasonable force. Unanimous decision. There we go.
I think he surprised the fire officers by how close he was.
Jason, your opinion on this one as the expert of the grand jury?
I thought the officers did a fantastic job, actually. I loved when the one officer was requesting pepper ball. I think that's the only less lethal that would have stopped that prevention. Just a shot of a pepper ball at the bottom of the door, or when he cracked it, that would have saved it. But ironically, I also agree with everybody that just said, if that's a suicidal person in that apartment alone, we're backing off. Once they realize that there's somebody else in there, that changes the game. That's why they booted the door. They heard a voice. He said, it's your fault. You can't walk away from that at that point. So, Joe, I told you, we got a smart jury tonight. They nailed this one.
Man, I'm going to tell you, when we'll talk about this in the after party about the jury, I misjudged this jury, and I should have kept my mouth shut about what I thought the videos were going to do tonight. But either way, and I want to be clear, I'm not saying that it would have been tactically wise to go into that door if he was there alone. I'm saying legally, you could make exigent circumstances if it was a tactical advantage to you to force that door and go inside and save that man's life from himself. That is absolutely an exigent circumstances and be 100% legal.
Not in Minnesota. That changed.
You cannot.
Joe,
You can't go inside a door and save someone's life when they're threatening to kill themselves.
Nope.
No.
If they're home alone, no.
Even if they were the ones
law
that
in
reached out and called 911 and said, "Hey,
Hang on. That's a law or policy? That's a state law.
It's a statewide policy with police departments. If there's a suicidal person in the house by themselves,
policies, they'll vary from location. I'm not surprised about that. I would be surprised if it were a law in this. Like you could never.
I don't agree with it, but there was a massive paradigm shift up here.
And if you talk tactics, I think even the pepper ball gun would have been a question for you at the point these officers were. They're literally, you can see the wheels turning in their heads. They're trying to figure out what to do here. You pepper ball the seam as he opens the door, then he could lock it and get away from the door to get away from the effects of the pepper ball. And now you've got a locked door, whereas you didn't have a locked door to that point. So I think they were still trying to sort it out.
I agree.
But I think these officers did a very good job. I'll be honest with you, with the videos we get out of the Dallas Police Department, and I didn't work in Dallas, but I worked with the DPD quite a bit. They are an impressive police force, even from what would be considered a Democrat city. But these guys, every video that I've seen, I think for the entire duration of the show, I hadn't seen one that I questioned yet. Any more comments we'd like to make about this particular case? No.
Yeah, this last one better be hard, Joe.
Yeah, I have a statement on that last one that we saw. As far as the breaching the door, I think that was an effective tactic, because in the event that he had actually locked the door from his end, that would have been a difficult door to breach. They didn't have any other gear with them. It would have been something very difficult to breach.
Yeah, it was definitely a formidable door that if you had to, most likely you're not going to kick that in. It looked like a steel door with a steel jam. But and Stacy, I saw what you're dropping out there. I did. I promise you, I really thought these videos would tie some of you guys up, but you have surprised me. I don't know if my fifth one will do it or not, but it's definitely not any easier.
Yeah, we haven't even had a split. Like, it's all unanimous the whole way through.
I don't need to hear any lip from you, AR. I don't need to hear that right now. I tell you what, let's talk about some barbecue sauce. Those that follow the show know that on occasions we'll have Judge Joe Brown come and be a special prosecutor for us. And then when he was here, he told us about a barbecue sauce, which we thought was kind of cool. And let's bring Bruce Wayne on for this. But Bruce Wayne was the first to buy it, and then Jason's purchased some with a few other people who purchased some, and they talk about it's pretty remarkable. It's a very coarse ground of the ingredients inside of it. It comes out of Memphis. If you didn't know, Judge Joe Brown is from Memphis, Tennessee, and I'm from Texas. But I will acknowledge that people in Memphis, Tennessee understand barbecue. But check this out.
Introducing Judge Joe Brown's all-new barbecue sauce and seasoning. Justice in the form of flavor. With one taste of our premium blends of all-natural ingredients, herbs, and spices, you'll fall in love with meat all over again. Judge Joe Brown's all-natural barbecue sauce collection is made up of 2 zesty flavors, original and spicy.
Law firms will take this as a retainer.
What? It must be a law firm where they hungry as hell. Now you gonna help me with this parole I'm dealing with?
And folks, I'm talking to Judge now. I think he took a little hiatus break over Christmas, but I'm going to see if we can't have him next week or the week after here. We'll have make sure you keep up with us. We're going to have Judge Joe Brown back on here as a special prosecutor, which is a pure treat for us. But Bruce Wayne, you were the first to purchase this barbecue kit. You want to tell folks about it?
Yeah, it's a fantastic barbecue sauce. Like you said, it's coarse ground. You can tell that all the ingredients are real fresh, excellent, fantastic flavor, and that coarse texture really helps stick to the ribs or whatever else you're doing. I did ribs with it a couple times, and it was second to none. Highly recommend.
Now, folks, you can get it at Judge Joe or jjbbarbecue.com, or you can actually find it on Amazon, Judge Joe Brown Barbecue Sauce. And I believe the judge said to us that it was actually faster, I think, to get it through Amazon. But get some, take some pictures of it, shoot it, DM it to me, or post it on X and show us that you got it, and give us your opinion on it. We'd like to know. Before we go into our last video, which I'm a little worried about with you guys, but we're going to do it anyway. I want to talk about Jason's 3D response system. You heard me when we introduced him that he's not only a 30-year veteran of Minnesota law enforcement, but he's also the developer of the 3D response school safety system. Folks, what this is, that it's a comprehensive system that is employed and installed in schools. It provides a criminal view for mental illness in screening instead of a school counselor view, maybe. It provides reinforcement in schools that you can't see. It's hidden. You don't know it's there, but what it provides is materials and apparatuses that are and features that are put into schools that are ballistic. Bullets can't go through. If you go to your child's school today, do a 360, do it slow, do it fast, but everything you see, a bullet will penetrate. Think about that. Nothing in your kid's school will stop a bullet. The Jason system provides that. Doesn't make it look like a prison. You can't tell that it's there. And then he also has the same criminal psychologist teams and forensic psychologist teams to come in after if you were to have an event happen in your school. But watch this. What you're going to watch is this is a 3D promo, 3D Response, 3dresponse.com. Go to there. There's a PDF there that you can print out. And right now, well, we'll talk about this afterwards. But what you're going to see is a video cut from annual training of one of the 19 some odd schools Jason's already installed in. Annually, they go back and they train the law enforcement with the teachers so that everybody understands the system and what the benefits that it provides. What you're seeing is a mock school active shooter and the response to it.
I see you entering, take a right. You're going to proceed down the long hall, all the way to the end. You're going to go till the end where you're intersect to the classrooms. Keep going, I see you moving forward. Subject is held up in classroom 203. law enforcement is on the way.
And folks, we've got something going on in Minnesota right now, and I'm not a big fan of Minnesota government. I'll be honest with you, but Minnesota government is actually doing something that could change the rest of America. They've got the SHIELD Act that's up for consideration, I'll say. What it will do is it establishes essentially a building code for schools. Prior to 1959, when the fire code was instituted, the amount of children that died in school fires will make your hair turn white. Do a quick Google search on kids on school fires prior to 1958, and just go to the images and look at the headlines. It'll shock you. But once 1959 come around, there was a school in Chicago that burned, killed a bunch of kids. It was like the moment that they decided to do something about it. They made the fire code that had been around for almost 30 years at that point. They made it mandatory. You can't put a kid's butt in a seat until the fire code's in, it's been inspected. Since 1959, we haven't lost one child. Think about that. We haven't lost one child to a school fire. The SHIELD Act in Minnesota establishes a safety code for the same thing that our kids are being killed with now, which is gunfire. It provides materials to stop bullets, provides fast response from law enforcement, and it provides before and after care. It does everything that the SHIELD Act requires. Does everything that 3D Response does already. But right now is a critical time in Minnesota. We need to be sending emails to Minnesota representatives. Understand that I know you got a bunch of shit going on there, but this is important. If Minnesota will adopt it, you'll see every other state adopt it because it makes sense. A building code to keep our children safe. We've done it with fire. We do it when you go eat at a restaurant. In fact, everything's got it. You can't go shopping until that place has been inspected for safety. And we haven't done this for the one thing that is a problem for us right now, and that's kids being killed in school. But Jason, you want to talk about the SHIELD Act real quick?
Essentially, it's a building code that makes it a law. And then there's also a senator actually wrote another bill to provide funding for it for every public and private school in the state. And this system is the only system you will find right now that provides cover, concealment, and communication instantly. We can take a school of 2,000 kids, lock it down in 60 seconds. You take a target-rich environment and make it target-less. It's a tactical approach that's not being looked at, and it truly is a game changer. Joe and I did a show with John Cox on Uvalde. I say with 100% confidence, there's not one kid dead if 3D Response was in that school in Uvalde. Every kid is safe. They got cover, they got concealment, they have instant communication, period. It is a truly game changer. Walking through SWAT teams, walking through the FBI active shooter team, they all walk through it and go, holy shit, this is a game changer.
Well, let me ask you this. Right now, because we're at a pivotal point in Minnesota, what can folks do? Can we send emails to Minnesota representatives? You have a PDF on your website, I believe, right, at 3dresponse.com. What can we do?
Well, if you're outside of Minnesota, what you can do is contact your state rep and say, would you please look at this bill that's being in Minnesota right now? It is so easy for a state rep to adopt a bill. Just call your state rep. And if you go to our website, there's a PDF you can print off and mail it to your rep. And it explains what the 3D Response system is. And then if you want, DM me. I can send you a copy of the SHIELD Act. Forward that to your state rep and said, would your state please adopt this? You know, we started this because I'm sick of seeing dead kids. We started this because there is a better way. And all this AI shit and all this one-trick pony stuff just isn't working. We need to look at this tactically, and it takes the gun control conversation out of the air. Period.
Now, 100%, anybody with any knowledge, training, and tactics, or have ever been in a gunfight, you look at your system, it's about a third. You go, yeah, I get it. Once you, yeah, I get it. You can't unsee it. I've done the same thing. But folks, we're at a critical time. Things could happen. If Minnesota will get that thing passed, I think you'll see other states adopt it because, by God, it's just common sense. Just fact of the matter is common sense. But let's get on to our last video. Big Ron, case number 5.
Phoenix 911, where is your emergency?
There's somebody shooting. My address is. They're shooting at my neighbor's house. Please hurry up. Please hurry up. Please hurry up. Edgar, get over here now. Edgar.
Do you have a
Please
description
hurry
of
up.
the shooter?
Yeah, he's in a Dodge Ram.
What
He's
color?
a bald guy. Please, please,
What
please hurry
color?
up. I don't know. I can't tell. He's too far away.
Okay.
Please hurry up.
Do you happen to know
Please
the
hurry up.
license plate?
I can't see anything. It's dark.
You
He's
said
just
he's a
mad.
bald
He's shooting.
male?
Yes, please hurry up.
How many shots were fired?
Edgar, get in. Edgar, get in. Get the fuck in. Like 20. Please find somebody now.
Do you have a description of him? What he's wearing?
He's bald. He's tall. I think he's wearing brown. And he shot different gunshots, and I think he has another gun.
Do you know what kind of gun it is?
I have no idea. One of them looked like a shotgun, and the other one kind of looked like a pistol.
Okay. They're almost there. How many shots do you think you heard in total?
Shotgun, like maybe 4 or 5, and then he got his gun and he just unloaded it, probably like, I don't know, 6, 7 rounds.
Okay. Do you guys have video of this? Any cameras?
You know what? I have cameras.
Okay.
I do have cameras.
Phoenix 911, what is the address of the emergency?
I have emergency. Somebody is shooting at the house. We have somebody somebody shoot one of my kids.
Phoenix 911, what is the address of your emergency?
Please, somebody shooting my house. They shooting my kids, please.
You said.
Please.
Okay, what's going on, ma'am? I can't understand
Somebody's shooting the house.
You said someone's in your house?
They're shooting the house. Somebody.
We don't know who it is. Somebody's at our house and they're shooting at us.
They're shooting at you?
Please, yes, please send help, Brad. We have kids here. We don't know who it is. We don't know if they're still here, but they're shooting. They shot my brother in his ankle.
Okay. It looks like we have lots of help headed your way. You said someone shot your brother in the ankle?
Yes.
Yeah, they're coming lights and sirens as we speak.
Okay.
Oh my God, more.
They're in the back of our house. They're in the back of our house now.
Okay. Do you see the police?
Please hurry up. Hurry up.
Oh my God.
Help.
Sir, do you see the police? Sir, what's going on?
They're aiming the gun at my dad. They're aiming the gun at my dad. Please hurry up.
There's a male bald in a unknown colored Dodge Ram, unknown plate. He's actively still shooting at the complainant's house. 911 is advising that they're still hearing that shots. Getting a duplicate call as well. That call taker saying they heard shots in the background. Subject's wearing a gray sweater. They're saying he has more than one gun. I'm getting another call in. One person is shot in the leg.
All right. Which house? All right. Hey, hold. We're being told that there's a party down the street, and suspect is still doing it. Stand by.
Inside, now. Okay, let us deal with it. Go inside.
Where's he at? With me? Where's he at?
He's inside the house. He's shooting the people. Just go in there.
The shooter is inside of the house. Gotcha. Go in there. Hey! Show me your fucking hands! No, it's not him.
Sure, 3 Henry, we got 2. We need more units here now, please. There's people screaming. We can't find the shooter.
Hey! Show me your fucking hands! Okay, wait. What the fuck? Please, just send them. Please! Over here, they got him! They got him! He's over here! They got him! He's over here! That's it!
Officers entered the home and found 2 men wounded by gunfire. One man was transported to the hospital for a non-life-threatening injury. Another man was pronounced deceased at the scene. A third man was detained and transported to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries not related to gunfire. That man was later booked on charges related to this incident. Based on what we now know, the man that was fatally shot had disarmed the individual who had fired the shots at the home and other family members. He was not the subject of the original call.
Okay, folks, this is the time that we have in our show where we'll watch the video, but we do not have time to deliberate. We have an X Space going on, starts in 20 minutes after the top of the hour, and if you jurors will join us in there, we'll continue the debate in there about this. And we can talk about it for a moment here if you'd like. I do want to take a moment to say that, hey, folks, support the show. Join our Patreon group. We've got 2 tiers, a 3-tier, and a $5 tier monthly. It helps us with production costs, FOIA requests, and just shows your support for the show. We appreciate it. Does anybody want to give their opinion on the show before we exit? Not the show, I'm sorry, the video.
I would.
Go ahead.
So, A, wow, that sucks. B, I would say it's unreasonable simply to send it to a jury. It'll come back as qualified immunity. They're completely legal in what they did.
You know, qualified immunity doesn't extend to criminal offenses. It's only civil.
Really?
No, absolutely. No one has qualified immunity to any criminal offense.
Well, I'm going to revise my answer then. Hang on. Let me say, yeah, in that case, I'll shut up. Someone else can apply everything.
Now, qualified immunity is something that, and it's not really a law. It's a legal practice, essentially, established through some case law that allows an officer to say that.
Court case where they literally said if the FBI, it was an FBI thing where they said if they were acting in the best interest, in other words, they thought they were doing a good thing, even if it isn't, they robbed someone.
No, that's good faith.
Right.
What qualified immunity says that if you're operating within the confines of your established policies, which aren't laws, but your department policies and state law, then if what you did was incorrect, then it's not your responsibility. It's the organization you work for or the state, because the law was incorrect. Go to Tennessee versus Garner. The officer that shot Garner was complying with, he was well within his authority with state law. In not just Tennessee and many laws, states at that time, to shoot a felon fleeing a fresh felony crime. Supreme Court established after the fact that that was not constitutional. But the officer personally, you couldn't sue him personally. You could have sued the state of Tennessee for passing that law, but you couldn't sue the officer personally. That's what qualified immunity is.
Okay.
But hey, folks, we've got to end it here. If you guys on our jury panel, you stick around just for a minute after we go dark here, I'd like to talk to you real quick. Everyone else, in about 19 minutes, we'll kick off that space. Come in and we'll talk about this last case. You can give us your opinion on it because that's probably the roughest one of the night. Once again, I want to say thank you to all of our jurors tonight. And I want to give you guys about 10 seconds to say goodbye and poke your cause, if you will. I'll start with you, Regina. Go. You're awfully quiet when you're on mute. You're muted. You're muted. You burn your 10 seconds. AR, go ahead.
My book isn't as bad as you may think it is. Click on arsalyer.com. Check it out. You might actually enjoy it. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, folks, all these guys are good follows on X for sure. Glockman, give us your 10 seconds.
Thank you for having me, and reach out to your fellow veterans in the community and thank them.
Thank you, sir. Liberty Sean, 10 seconds, sir.
Thank you for the invite. This has been a fun experience, and I'll be tuning in.
Thank you, Mr. Sean. Stacy.
Yeah, hey, thanks for having me on. Dreaded Beauty One. I'm kind of following the protest down at ICE facility here in Portland, Oregon. Thank you.
Regina, is your mic on? Your mic's off. No audio. No audio out of her. Is the mic off? No, it's got her own audio problem. Folks, spread the word. We do this every Friday night at the same time, every Friday night. Spread the word. Bring your friends in and watch the show. We appreciate you spending your Friday evening with us. Special thanks to the folks that helped me put this together. Big Ron, Bruce Wayne, and always Jason, who's been the expert witness since day one. Thank you, folks. We'll see you in the after party.
An incarcerated individual's use of institutional telephones constitutes consent, and your calls may be provided to law enforcement agencies. Thank you for using Securus.